Hey everyone, welcome to RWRDS Canada's This Week in Rewards for the week of June 1st through to the 7th, 2024. This is your weekly dose of loyalty rewards, travel, and credit card happenings in Canada. I hope you've all had a great week, and before we kick things off, as always, be sure to hit that like button if you like this video, subscribe to our channel if you don't do so yet, hit that notification bell so you're notified when we do post new videos, and be sure to share our content with your friends, family, coworkers, anybody you think who's interested in making the most of their loyalty programs and earning more miles, more points, and more rewards. And as always, be sure to leave a comment as well, whether you're just saying hi, questions on today's content, or anything else to do with loyalty and credit cards, be sure to leave it below. As always, with our This Week in Rewards, why don't we kick things off with credit cards? And this week, we see the return of American Express's Shop Small after 2 years. And now you might be saying, well, hold on, it was here last year, and it was for the small business cards and also Scotia Amex cards, but it hasn't been on the primary American Express consumer cards for 2 years. So your Cobalt card, Platinum card, cards like that, we haven't seen it since 2022, so it's great to see it back. It's in a little bit of a different form this year. This year, it's a $5 credit when you spend $10 at up to 3 merchants. Now it used to be 5 merchants before, so it's only $15 in total that you can earn instead of $25. Still better than nothing. Personally, I received this offer on the Platinum card. You might get it on others. I know people have said they've got it on the Bonvoy card, on their Cobalt, you name it. So be sure to log into your account and register for this offer right away. And the reason you want to register right away is that this is limited to the first 70,000 cards that are registered. So this will go quick. So if you're watching this video on June 7th, chances are you'll still have a chance to register, perhaps even through the weekend, maybe through the 8th, 9th, but after that, it's probably going to fill up pretty quick. So if you're watching this video quite a bit later, there's a really good chance you may not be able to register for this offer. Now this year, it runs until July 14th, I believe. Let me check, I have it here. Yeah, it's June 7th through July 14th. Like I said, it's 3 merchants, so it's going to be 3 different Shop Small merchants. And they've also limited which ones you can earn it at. And the way you can check is to go to Amex's map. So we'll have a link in our blog post, which I'll link to below in the description. And you can go see there, and there's like a little red tag by them. I'll put up an image here as well so you can see what it looks like. And those are the merchants that you'll be guaranteed to earn this $5 credit at if you spend $10 at these merchants. There's a chance others may be participating as well, but it's your mileage may vary. You may not earn the $5 credit by shopping at some of the other stores, but some people have said that they do. So it's kind of really hit and miss in that account. The one good thing too this time is it's not limited to the 5 major cities that they used to do, that they did in 2022 and in previous years before that. Next up in credit cards is some, I guess you would call it bad news. It's a devaluation of the WestJet credit card companion vouchers, but only in a partial way. There's some changes coming to the companion vouchers. So if you already have a WestJet card, chances are you got this email from WestJet letting you know that there's a price increase in the companion vouchers when you use it for their premium and premium flex fares. So vouchers that are issued on or after June 30th, you're going to be paying $100 more to use them for those fare classes. So that's going to be $219 for Canada and continental US, and then $499 anywhere else WestJet flies. So, Mexico, Hawaii, Europe, Asia, you name it. It's going to be $499 when you use it for premium economy. Now, any vouchers that you currently have that are, or even issued up until June 29th, will not be affected by this price change. So that means you'll still be able to pay the $119 and $399 for the premium and premium flex fares. In terms of I should have mentioned that this is for the World Elite MasterCard. The base level WestJet RBC MasterCard, their companion voucher, of course, normally is $199, so that's jumping up to $299, and that's only for flights in Canada and the continental US as well. So again, it is, an unfortunate move by WestJet for these cards. I understand in some ways why they're doing it. I mean, people were really maximizing. That's how I maximized the voucher, was using it for these premium fares, especially last minute fares for premium seats. So they probably were losing a bit of money on those for sure. I can't say losing money, but weren't making as much as they'd hoped. So now they're going to make $100 more per seat with those. So yeah, unfortunate change. There can still be a lot of value, especially like I said, if you're redeeming these for last minute premium fares, you're still going to get a lot of value out of the vouchers. And of course, if you use these vouchers for any other economy fare classes that weren't premium or premium flex, there's no change in the price there. So it's just for those kind of higher up fare classes. And as I mentioned in the blog post, this to me now allows them to even price out business class. So fingers crossed that we'll be able to use these companion vouchers for business class in the future. Now that's just me speculating, nothing from WestJet. So don't go out there saying that, oh, you can redeem them for business class. You can't. It's just a hope on my part. But the fact that I know that WestJet now has the technology to do separate pricing for different fare classes for these vouchers, it would be super easy for them to set it up for business class. So let's keep our fingers crossed that that's something they bring out in the future. Continuing on with credit cards, just two quick notes. It is June 7th. That means there's only a few days left to get the 60,000 bonus flying blue miles on the Air France KLM World Elite MasterCard from Brim. That ends June 10th. So if you're watching this video before June 10th and you haven't got that card but have been considering it, now's the time to get it in the next 3 days here from between June 7th and June 10th. And here's one more tip for you. If you've been considering the CIBC Dividend Visa Infinite card or their Dividend Platinum card, these are both cash back cards, wait to apply for them until late in the first week of July. And that's all I'll say for that. And now we'll jump into loyalty and travel news. So the first thing this week, this is a question I posed to the Rewards Canada community, is has your PC Optimum account been frozen? The previous week before this, I appeared on a piece in Global News, Global BC that is, about a PC Optimum member who had his account frozen. They said he violated the terms and conditions, but they said that he could still earn points, or he could still earn points in his account, but they didn't tell him why his account was frozen, what terms and conditions he broke. So this started kind of the ball rolling, and I posed this question, and I've got quite a few responses from the Rewards Canada community, and I've also seen on other threads like Reddit and that, where people are saying their accounts have been frozen, and a lot of the customer service agents at PC Optimum are just saying that they've broken the terms, but not telling them what they've broken. Now, as an update before I go further into this, the member who kicked this off with Global BC in terms of the news and the consumer affairs and all that stuff, his account's been reinstated after all this, even though they were telling him for months on end that they broke the terms and that basically he couldn't redeem his points. And that's what kind of raised the question for me, and the reason why I took on that interview is like, okay, if somebody typically in a program breaks the terms and conditions, their account is done. Like they're kicked out of the program. It's all said and done. Points are gone and everything. But with these people, and this other people have emailed me that they've been told that they've broken the terms in the program. They've still been allowed to earn. The points are still there. They can still log into their accounts. They're not kicked out of the program. So why is there this gray area in PC Optimum? And I guess so PC Optimum, I looked at their terms and conditions. They have two different sets of what you would call it, not termination, but they call it suspend or cancel your account. Cancel your account, that would be termination, and they say they will take your points away, but there's suspend your account, which they don't give a description of. Now, a lot of people are having their accounts suspended, and they're being told they're broken the terms, but Loblaws is letting them continue to collect those points. So that's to me, that is just, it's mind-boggling, and that's why I even took on the interview and started this whole discussion, because this just doesn't seem right. I mean, if you're going to suspend somebody, you have to give them a reason why they're being suspended, because technically the term suspend means you get something back, but they're not letting people know why you can get it back or what they've done to break those rules, right? So either you kick them out or you let them collect, and if they're in between, you tell them why they can't collect. I mean, I guess they're letting them collect, sorry, wrong term here. That you can't let them fully participate in the program, because what they've done is let these people earn points, but then they can't redeem them. But these people aren't even aware. They haven't been telling these people that they can't redeem. I've had people email me, say that, oh yeah, I've been collecting, I've been earning, no problem, this and that. But then they go at the till, at a grocery store, go to redeem their points, or at Shoppers Drug Mart, they go to redeem their points, and it said, sorry, your account is frozen for that. You can only earn points. So it's kind of a really big gray area of what Loblaws is doing. Now they seem to be sort of reversing course, because the gentleman, like I said, in the Global News piece, he's had his account reinstated, and one of our other readers has already let me know that she had her account reinstated. And there's quite a few I still have to actually reach out to. The emails are coming still, but people who have had their accounts frozen. So if you're somebody who has had your account frozen, please let me know. There'll be a link below to the blog post, and you can either contact me that way or by email, info@rewardscanada.ca, and let me know, how long your account's been frozen. And I'll actually email you as well with some questions to do some more investigating. And I want to kind of try and get to the bottom of this. I'll see if I can reach out, or I will reach out to PC Optimum, but I'll see if I can get response from them as to what's kind of going on with this whole mess of what are they doing with the program, and why is there this gray area of suspending members when they're telling them that they've broken the terms, but letting them earn points. I mean, there's inklings, there's a lot of theories going around as to why. I mean, one of mine is just that, why not let these people still earn if they don't know they can't redeem the points because they're not telling them? We're going to let these people keep spending money with us, and a lot of these people are probably spending even more money when there's bonus offers. So it's kind of like, it seems like a revenue grab, but of course that's just me speculating. I'm not going to say 100% because I don't want to get in trouble with them. And there's also speculation that it's for data, that they've collected all these data on these members, and if they terminate their accounts, they have to technically delete all that data. So that's one thing. And then it also brings their numbers down in the program, and they want to keep the numbers high because then investors and shareholders and all that will be happy that the program is doing so well as part of Loblaw. So there's whole bunch of different speculation onto why they're only suspending accounts and not kicking people out for terms and conditions. Next up in loyalty coverage is a tip that we posted for you, and that tip is how you can earn preferred hotel group I Prefer Gold Elite status with just one hotel stay. Now, this is normally an elite status that takes $2,500 in US dollars of spending at their hotels to earn, but now you can earn it with one stay. And the way you do that is by getting yourself an AARP membership. Now, this is a US membership-based program for retired professionals, but anybody can join it, and you can join it for as little as $12 US. And then what you do with this AARP is you book the AARP rate with I Prefer or preferred hotels at any of the participating hotels. So there's over 450 hotels participating worldwide, and that includes 8 here in Canada. And you just have to book that rate for one night, one stay, and then the Gold Elite status is yours, plus an additional 2,500 bonus points from I Prefer. Those bonus points alone are worth $25 or more. So in my post, which I'll link to below, of course, you'll see an example where you can stay at Arc de Hotel Ottawa for $300 odd for one night. And this is the same price as other rates at the hotel, and it's actually cheaper than the CAA rate. And you'll get that elite status. So $300 Canadian versus $2,500 US dollars spending. And you can actually earn this even cheaper if you're traveling outside of Canada, because there are preferred hotels in Mexico, Thailand, places like that go for $100 a night or even less with this offer. So you can, earn this status for, really cheap. Now, the Gold Elite status, of course, is best for stays with them. But you can even use Best Western's Elite Status Match No Catch. Best Western, they'll match anybody's status. No questions asked. So if you get this Gold Elite status from Preferred Hotel, you can use it for Best Western as well. So this is definitely a quick little tip and trick for you guys to use. And a lot of people aren't that familiar with Preferred Hotels. But like I said, there's 8 hotels in Canada that are participating for this challenge. I can't say it's challenges. Basically, you just get yourself the AARP membership and then stay once and it's yours. So next up, why don't we look at some bonuses? The first bonus will continue kind of on the hotel tip, and this is Hilton Honors is offering a 100% bonus when you buy Hilton Honors points. Now, I don't believe this is a targeted offer or like one of the mystery bonuses where people get different rates, but you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But from what I've seen, most people are at least getting a 100% bonus when you buy 5,000 or more Hilton Honors points. Now, I get asked the question quite a bit. It's like, does it make sense to buy points? And it can make sense. And this is one of those where it can. I mean, the example I used in the blog post stays right here in Calgary during the Calgary Stampede. There are not a lot of hotel rooms left for the Calgary Stampede, but if you have to come and stay here during that 10-day period, this is where it can make sense to buy points, because there are a few hotels that still have availability. One of them, in the example I used, was a Hampton Inn at the Calgary Airport, which was charging $570 a night. $570 for a Hampton Inn. But points-wise, it only needed 40,000 Hilton Honors points. So those 40,000 points you can buy for $200 US dollars. Convert that to Canadian, add in taxes, and you're looking at about $275. Maybe up to $310. If you're from Ontario or one of the other provinces where there's HST and the rates are higher, you're probably going to max out just over $300 for buying those 40,000 points, and then you can redeem those points for a stay at one of these hotels. So that's a huge savings. From $570 for one night, you can discount yourself by buying points. You can discount that stay to that just below $300 or just over $300. So that's where it makes sense to buy points. And then continuing on buy points, that's the next bonus we have coming up, is for Air Canada Aeroplan. They have their next buy points bonus. Now it's advertised as up to 75%, but this is a mystery bonus one. So no matter what, I think anybody will get 75%, but others are being targeted for more. Myself, I received a 100% bonus offer. So when you buy these points at 100%, you're buying them for just over 1.75 cents Canadian, but then you have to pay GST, HST, and all that. So it can come in around 2 cents or so. I didn't do the math. I don't have it in front of me. And again, this is where people ask me, when does it make sense to buy these points? And the basic rule is anytime you can redeem those points for more than you pay for it. As simple as that. So if you're paying 2 cents a point, we'll use that, just a general amount, and then you redeem them for a flight that's 2.5 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents, it makes sense because you're getting a discount on what you would be paying cash wise. Of course, there's some exceptions to that rule. I mean, if you're just looking to top off an account, say you're 15,000 points short, maybe you need 200,000 points and you're 15,000 short, you may want to even pay even more for those points because in general, your whole reward redemption may end up being cheaper than having to have an outlay of whatever you're redeeming for in terms of like buying that whole ticket as a cash or like a revenue ticket. So that's kind of one of the exceptions, but overall in general you buy points when the rate of buying that points, a cent per point value, wherever it's two cents per point in terms of an Aeroplan point, half a cent US for like Hilton Honors points. As long as you're redeeming for higher than that, and remember to take into account all the taxes and everything, as long as you redeem higher, you're good, you're golden. So that's basically the tip to buying points and miles with any program. So why don't we continue on now? So no more bonus points, but we were talking about Aeroplan, so why don't we continue with Air Canada? Air Canada announced this week that they are now going to offer complimentary, or they do offer complimentary snacks, beer, and wine in economy class. And this will be for the rest of 2024, just at the start of summer. So this is perfect for everybody's travel. So you don't have to pay for those great treats and drinks anymore. Now, cocktails will still cost you something. They're $5, I think they said, was for cocktails. So obviously, Air Canada is making a move towards Porter, because that's what Porter does, right? Porter has always offered free beer, free wine, free snacks in economy class. Air Canada has matched that. And with Porter expanding so much across Canada, so many cross-country routes, they're flying to all 10 provinces. So this is something, Air Canada has obviously kept a close eye on and has to compete with. So it'll be curious to see what happens after 2024. Hopefully Air Canada just instituted as a full-time policy that they'll give you all these free drinks and snacks in economy class, because I'm sure Porter will continue on. They're not going to start charging, especially now that Air Canada is not charging for them. And on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, WestJet this week replaced their basic economy fares with UltraBasic Economy Fares. What are UltraBasic Economy Fares? Well, it's their basic economy fares with even less things included. And the primary thing not included is a carry-on bag now. You can only carry a personal item. So before, you could use a personal item and a carry-on bag. Well, no longer can you do carry-on bags. It now has pre-assigned seats at the back of the aircraft. Most of the time, that's going to be like a middle seat, they say. You can still pay extra to check your bag, seat selection fees, extended comfort, those things. So basically, you can still add on everything, but you're just going to be paying for everything. So unfortunately, it's even less that you're going to get with their cheapest fare. Now, I have seen online that some people are saying some fares have dropped in price. They're the ultra basics, so they have accounted for this. But people on other routes are finding that the pricing is still the same. So that's the thing with airline pricing. It's so dynamic. It's really hard to track, to a T perfectly, like that you can see whether, how much the pricing has been affected by these changes. But in general, this is just, you get almost nothing when you buy an ultra basic fare. There's very little, and you just have to pay to add everything on. Now, if you do have the WestJet RBC World Elite MasterCard, you will still get your first checked bag free, just like you do with any fare class that doesn't include luggage anyways, in terms of flying with WestJet. So we have two total ends of the spectrum. Air Canada actually giving more, and WestJet in some ways taking away more. And that's all she wrote for this week. Remember to check out the RWRDS Canada website for all the latest loyalty program, credit card, and travel news coverage on a daily basis, because there are things that we do not cover in this video. and some things don't even show up in our newsletter. But speaking of our newsletter, be sure to subscribe to it if you don't yet. It goes out every Friday with all our coverage from that week, except for those odd items that are just, singular or as maybe on 2 days or something like that. But majority of it is in the newsletter. And then Saturday's newsletter has all the bonus points offers, so you can earn more miles, more points, and more rewards. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.